Hey YouTube, Prepper in America here. doing a video series here on kind of on prepping. If you don't have a lot of money, you live in a small area, as far as i.e. a small apartment or a studio apartment, camp trailer, that kind of thing. So these are just ideas that I have because I think everybody should prep. And like I've said in my past videos, maybe not everybody has a whole lot of space or a whole lot of money to dedicate towards it, but it's definitely a must because there's just so many things going on in the world, so much strife in the world, so many things that are out of our control happening around us that there's a probability, I don't know how high it is depending on where you live, but there is a probability that you are going to end up in a situation outside of your control, and it would be nice to have some resources if some were not available. So this is number 2 video of that mindset. So this is about food. Lot of ideas on food. What I see usually is people with an entire pantry full of food that has been canned or 25 years shelf life dehydrated food, or just that's awesome. If you can afford that and you have the area to put that, by all means stack that stuff up. It's never, it's not going to be bad for you. But if you're part of the country that doesn't have the resources to do that kind of stuff, which is a lot of the country because there's a lot of people that are broke. So if you live in a studio apartment, if you live in a camp trailer or rent a room from somebody or something of that sort, you don't have that availability to do that. So this is more, these videos are more catered towards that demographic, I guess. Because at one point when I started prepping and putting stuff away, I had those things, a small apartment, not a lot of money. So not that I got a lot of money now, that's for sure, but I have more than a small apartment now. So anyway, one great item that I got on sale, and I actually bought 2 cases of these maybe 3 months ago, but they are made by Sopako, S-O-P-A-K-O, I believe. Found them on Amazon. There's 14 to a case. They're civilian MREs. They taste pretty good. Be careful that you don't get the low sodium ones. A lot of low sodium ones there. Not that there's anything wrong with low sodium, but I found the low sodium ones are better if you add some salt. So if you don't mind add, you can, they're more available, I think, the low sodium ones than the standards, but I'm almost positive I got them for about $40 a case. There's 14 meals to a case. They come in a box about, I don't know, maybe so wide type thing, so big, not small, but not big. And if you watch video number 1 and you had stacked up some cases of water, and some shelving in your apartment, a couple, 3 of these cases would come in real handy in that shelving. They stack pretty nice. So really for like $80, maybe less than $100 anyway, you can have enough food for one person for a month, which is two cases of civilian MREs. Great idea. They taste pretty good. They don't take up a lot of space. You could get a case, each payday for the next 2 paydays or so, 3 paydays, whatever, and it adds up fast, and it doesn't take very long, and now you've got 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks worth of food for yourself, which buys you plenty of time to think about what you got going on around you and build yourself a plan and strategize and keep yourself safe. So ultimately, that's what all this is about. Because I know for me, when I started doing this, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to buy a year's worth of food storage and this and that, and it was overwhelming, and there's just no way I could come out of pocket thousands of dollars to have this stuff shipped to my door. So I had to find alternative ways to do it. Another way that I would suggest is a backpack or a duffel bag, a solid one, a sturdy one, a good one, or a plastic tupper that fits on some shelves. Go to the Dollar Tree or the dollar store in your area or wherever they sell discount groceries, and just go through there and get stuff. Get tuna fish and get peanut butter and things that are high in proteins, and just kind of get a variety of things, carbs, proteins, vitamins, whatever, and just go and get that kind of stuff. And maybe just spend $30, $40 and get a bunch of different things that will keep for a little while, because really, any food's better than no food. Believe that. Because if you get hungry and you ain't got nothing to eat, you'll be like, Everything you got is going to be dedicated to finding some food. You're not going to be thinking about what you need to be thinking about, which is strategizing to keep yourself safe. So everything that you can do to eliminate having to think about other things that you've, by taking care of them already is going to be a huge asset to you. So another option is cases of Top Ramen. Now, Top Ramen's not glorious, but it's better than no food, and it stacks nice on shelves. It's inexpensive. It doesn't take long. You go and you get yourself 3 cases of Top Ramen. You've got some bottled water. You can eat Top Ramen without water. I've done it. It's not the greatest gourmet meal in the world, but it'll keep you alive, I suppose. So anyway, hey, no, that's a dog head. Hey. Anyway, so that's my 2 cents on if you have a small area to live in and you would like to stock up some food. There's some options out there. EverSafe is another one that makes civilian MREs that are pretty good. Another idea is this is a Food for Patriots 72-hour food supply. And, I've done a video on this. If you subscribe to foodforpatriots.com, they send you these random emails, and for every email has the same thing in it. But buy one of these for $9.95, shipping only, basically. But it is a 3-day food supply for $10. So again, for under $100, you could get a month's worth of food. Obviously, this takes water, so my suggestion would be, have at least 6 or 8 cases of water on hand. Buy yourself some time, get a good head about you, and keep yourself safe out there if something bad happens. But you just never know. So if you're broke, if you live in a small space, if you don't have a lot of money to dedicate towards it because you got a lot of other things going on, this is a great. These are great ideas for keeping things consolidated and inexpensive, and buying yourself, a month, 6 weeks of some preparedness really easy. And if something happens, you can deal with some other stuff going on without having to pay attention to that all the time. Anyway, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video. By all means, please leave your comments. I know I don't cover everything in here, and I don't know everything, and I certainly don't claim to, but I love your comments. I learn a lot from them. And so please leave your comments, your suggestions, anything, but that's what these videos are for. So if you got comments that people that fit this video category are living in or being with or dealing with, leave your comments to help them out too, man. Anyway, I'm out. Thanks.